For the City of Richmond. Today, the information I'm going to be giving to you is preliminary in nature. We're in the early stages of a pretty complex investigation that started early this morning at 1:33 a.m. Officers were called to the 200 block of East Marshall Street for a report of an individual who was sleeping on a bench being stabbed. Officers responded. That individual was taken to a local hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, serious but non-life-threatening injuries. So in the course of that investigation, the Capital City Intelligence Center utilized the technology that we have in the area, license plate readers and cameras, to identify a vehicle of interest and subsequently a person of interest. While we were conducting that investigation, the Richmond Ambulance Authority at 6:08 a.m. was called to the 100 block of East Cary Street for a medical call. When they arrived on scene, they found an adult male laying down with suffering from what appeared to be a stab wound. When officers got on scene, they confirmed that it was a stab wound, and we initiated a homicide investigation. Now, at this stage, we haven't corroborated those two cases are directly linked. However, due to the proximity, they're about a half mile apart, the motive or the means, the MO, and certainly the weapon used, we wanted to take that into account. As you may know, I scheduled a 4 p.m. press conference to release the name, a picture of that person of interest, as well as a picture of the vehicle that we had identified. Before we could do that, we contacted the Richmond area fugitive task force with the U.S. Marshals to help look for this person. We didn't have warrants on him relating to the stabbing, but he had other warrants from Henrico County that we could arrest him on. He was a person of interest in those two stabbings. At 3:35 p.m., that fugitive task force encountered that same individual where the vehicle we were looking for. They approached him. One of the task force officers was stabbed, he also discharged his firearm. Both the suspect and the task force officer were taken to a local hospital where they are currently in critical but stable condition. At this point, the Virginia State Police will be conducting the force investigation. They will be the lead agency on the force investigation that was used by the task force officer member, and the Richmond Police Department will continue with the other stabbing investigations. We're asking the community to, if they have any information on any of these three events, to please call us at 780-1000, or you can call 911 and speak to an officer. I can answer a few questions, but again, this is preliminary in nature and we're in the early stages. The reason I wanted to speak to the media today is because we're getting questions about this incident. One of the questions we're getting is this ICE related? I can confirm that it's not. I can answer a few questions other than that, though.
Y'all haven't released the suspect's name or anything yet?
No, we were preparing to do that for the safety of the community. We were going to release pictures of him, his name, and the vehicle. Now that he is in the hospital and no longer a threat, we will release that at a later date.
And the suspect, he was shot or?
He was shot.
Okay.
The task force officer who was trying to arrest him was stabbed.
Okay.
Was there only one task force officer that was transported to the hospital?
There's another one that had an injury. We're still trying to determine what that injury was. It was not a stab wound, though.
So 2 total task force officers hospitalized then, correct?
One was transported to a secondary hospital we're still trying to determine the nature of that injury.
And just to clarify, RPD officers know only one injured?
The task force officers were not part of the Richmond Police Department. I can confirm that.
Now the Cary Street stabbing, can you say we had reports that was possibly a homeless individual? Is that known yet?
I don't know that we can confirm that. We surmise that by the fact that they were sleeping, one was sleeping on a bench and the other person was sleeping in a parking deck. So we can't confirm that, but that's what we believe at this time.
Do you believe he could have been known to those individuals?
It's unclear. We don't know the motive yet. Obviously, our investigators are hoping to speak to him once he gets the treatment he needs relating to this incident.
And so, you mentioned 2 addresses. Did you mention this address that we're at now?
Yes, so they encountered him in the 1800 block of Everett Street. So right behind me is where the officer-involved shooting occurred and the attempted apprehension of the suspect.
And the 2 other addresses, those were other incidents that y'all are trying to put together?
We believe this is the individual that was arrested and shot today is a person of interest in those 2 earlier stabbings north of the river.
Okay.
Did he have a history of stabbing prior, do you think?
We're still working on that, so that's something that'll come out later.
Okay. this individual have any other previous offenses in Richmond, in the city of Richmond?
He is known to law enforcement, but I'm not prepared to talk about his criminal history at this time.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. I don't know who's